in China, for China, to global.
Yeah, that sums it up.
Something pretty interesting from Hyundai. Their all-new electric SUV, the Elexio.
Right. And the immediate hook, the thing that makes you pause, isn't just the car itself.
Exactly. You hear new Hyundai EV, you might think, okay, Korea, maybe the Ulsan plant. But no.
This one's different. It's actually coming out of Beijing Hyundai, their joint venture in China.
Which is quite the strategic bombshell, really. It feels a bit like, if you can't beat them, join them, doesn't it?
Or maybe learn from them. It's a huge signal about how Hyundai is rethinking, well, everything for their global EVs. Build it in China first.
Which brings us to their sort of new mantra for this project, in China, for China, to global.
Yeah, that sums it up. It's built on the eGMP platform, the same one under the Ioniq 5, which is solid tech.
Right. We know that platform works.
But the key here is they've layered on a lot of localized Chinese tech, tailored specifically for what that market demands right now.
And they're using this to, well, rebrand almost. I saw a quote from Ikyun over in their China division.
Ah, yes, the one about evolving beyond being just a traditional automotive enterprise.
That's the one. Moving towards being a global high-tech company focused on intelligent mobility solutions. Big words.
Very big words. The kind you hear a lot these days.
So the question is, does the car itself, the Elexio, actually live up to that high-tech promise? Is the hardware there?
Well, let's look at the specs. Performance and range seem pretty central. It's got a fairly large 88.1 kilowatt battery pack.
Okay, and what does that translate to in range?
They're claiming 722 kilometers. But hold on a sec.
Oh, I see where you're going. That's the CLTC figure, right? The Chinese cycle.
Exactly. Always optimistic, that one.
Yeah.
The WLTP equivalent, which is more relevant for, global markets like Australia, is still over 500 kilometers, which is decent.
Still very respectable and charging.
Pretty quick on DC. They say 30% to 80% in about 27 minutes. Standard stuff for the eGMP platform, really.
Okay, so the powertrain is strong. What about that high-tech company angle inside the cabin?
This is where it gets interesting. There's a massive 27-inch screen. Ultra-thin, 4K resolution.
27 inches. Seriously. That's huge. Is it just for the passenger?
It seems like it dominates the dash, powered by a Snapdragon 8295 chip. Very tech-forward.
Sounds like they're directly targeting those very digitally savvy Chinese buyers and the local competition there.
Absolutely. But it needs to work globally too, right? So they've thought about practicality.
Like family use.
Yeah, decent boot space, 506 liters, expanding up to over 1,500. And loads of storage spots, 46 apparently.
Wow, okay. And safety, that's always big for families.
They're talking up a 720-degree armored body structure, 77.5% high-strength steel, 9 airbags. Sounds comprehensive.
So a car designed for China first, packing lots of tech and decent practicality. Now the to global part, Australia is confirmed.
Yes, scheduled for early 2026. And this is where that strategy really gets tested, I think.
Because the Australian market is tough right now, isn't it? Hyundai's had challenges recently.
Definitely. They've been overtaken by Kia, their sibling brand, and you've got all these super competitive Chinese EVs flooding in.
So this Elexio, coming from China, it has to land well.
Critically. And the big unknown for you listening is the price. We don't have Australian specs or pricing yet.
And that price point will be absolutely crucial, won't it, to compete with BYD, MG, GWM?
It has to be sharp, really sharp. If it's priced too close to established models or even premium offerings, it could struggle, regardless of the tech.
So summing this up then, the Elexio is more than just a new Hyundai. It's a rolling example of this big strategic bet.
A bet on translating success, or maybe necessity, from China onto the world stage. Part of their big 2030 electrification plan.
Taking tech developed for China and putting it on their global eGMP platform.
Which leaves us with a final thought, really. Is this the new playbook? Will other legacy automakers have to adopt this in China, for China, to global model to even stay in the game against these incredibly fast-moving Chinese brands?